everybody, Average Gamer here, and today we have part 3 of the patch review. That's right, the patch review for patch 1.4.3.8. Specifically, we're talking about the missile changes. That's right, the missile changes. So, what's going on? Well, LRMs, they've all been changed. Their spread has been reduced, so basically they're hitting a more clustered area, and their cooldown has all been changed. It's going to be a little difficult, but basically the spread has been reduced pretty much equally across the board, right? So we're going to talk about the spread first. So for the 20s, both clan and inner sphere, the spread for the 20, we'll throw a 20 on here. So the spread for a 20 is gone from 7 meters for both clan and inner sphere to 6.2 meters, so down 0.8 of a meter. To be honest with you, most of these changes that I'm looking at won't really affect much. With what I've been running and looking at for in my little test runs and stuff like that, and even in the test server, maybe did an extra 100 damage or so in a match with the changes to the spread, because it was offset by the cooldown. So the missiles are more accurate, but you can't fire as many rounds in a match. I found that in some of my awesomes with these new changes, I would run out of ammo 3/4 of a match, or about 80% of a match, like a full, almost running out of time match. I noticed before the patch, I'd run out of ammo halfway through a match. I get 600-700 damage. But I would also have to switch over to my main weapon, my laser weapons, my direct fire weapons, about halfway through the match, if not 2/3 of the way through the match. So 66% of the way through the match, because I ran out of ammo. Now with these new changes, I noticed that my weapons are now lasting way more, and I'm doing almost the same amount of damage. The catch is they're just lasting longer because I'm firing weapons slower now because they've changed the cooldown. They've increased the cooldown for all of them. So as I said, the LRM 20 has gone from 7 meter spread to 6.2 meter spread, so that's more accurate. The LRM 15s are going from 5.7 to 5.2. And the LRM 5, or the LRM 10s, because I'm not touching the 5s, the 10s, these guys right here, they're going from 4.3 to 4.2, and that's not much of a change. But cooldowns, this is the big thing. Cooldown for the 20 for the inner sphere is 5.5 seconds. It used to be 4.75, so they've increased it by almost a complete second, which does add up in a match when you think about it. On the LRM 15, the cooldown is now 4.75. It used to be 4.25, so they increased that by 25 seconds. And the LRM 10 for the inner sphere, the cooldown was 3.75. It is now 4 seconds. That is the big one. It was increased by 25 seconds. Now, you're probably thinking a big one. That's because they didn't change much on it other than the heat, right? Or the cooldown. So they increased the cooldown, but increased the accuracy. The clans will, like I said, we'll get into those weapons in a little bit. For SRMs, for both clan and inner sphere, the base speed, they increased the overall speed just of the SRMs. Let's throw a 200 because I think it shows the speed. Nope, doesn't show the speed. Oh, projectile speed, yeah, 400. There you go. The original speed was 300, and now they're 400 meters a second. Which, when you think about it, is an extra 100 meters a second. That's 33% of its previous speed is now increased. You'll see a little later on, hopefully in matches, just how much that actual change does actually make an impact. For the record, it hurts. Especially with the other increases that they've made, which we'll get into, for inner sphere and clan SRMs. It does quite the little smack to the face. SRM streaks. Streak missiles. They also have for both for inner sphere and clans, they've been increased. Specifically for Inner Sphere, they've been increased from 200 to 250. Not bad, right? I like it. They increased it by 25% basically. Well, like I said, we'll get into the clan changes in a little while. And now, here is the interesting stuff. Regular SRMs. Okay, so for Inner Sphere, regular SRMs, the spread for the twos, this guy's right here, it's been reduced from 4.8 meters to 2.5 meters. Here's the thing too. They've also reduced the heat scale threshold from 4 to 6. Meaning, basically max firing is the number of launches that can fire simultaneously, free of heat. So, if I have, on this guy right here, it's gone from 4 to 6. So theoretically, I can have those two there, and those two there. That's 8. Right? 8 SRMs. The max is now 6. It used to be 4. So if I fire these two, I basically get penalized, right, for heat. It starts to scale up. So you'd fire these ones, and then these ones, and then these ones, and then these ones, and you'd overheat. Now, you could fire these ones and not have any penalty to your heat, and then fire these ones and still no major penalty to your heat. That definitely right there is going to be quite the game changer. Also, they're now more accurate. They're not going to be like a shotgun anymore. They're going to be like almost directly straight, which in my eyes, I like that. Because in actuality, there's no real missiles impeding it. It's just the two of them going side by side and going straight forward. The SRM4s. Here we go. So SRM4s have now been changed. The spread has been reduced from 5.2 meters to 3.5 meters, so almost half as well. Heat scaling has also been changed for these as well. It's been increased by 1 as well. It's now from 3 tubes to 4. It's now that's the number of launchers. So theoretically, if you put 4, you're fine. If you added a 5th one, you'd have problems. With the SRM2s, if you have 6 of them, you're fine. You're laughing. Basically, they're taking away ghost heat from a lot of the Inner Sphere weapons. We'll get into that when we get into lasers, because I have a sneaking suspicion that my favorite mech, one of my favorites, is now going to be one of the more scary mechs with the proper modules and everything on it. Next thing is the 6s, SRM6s. SRM6s. Oh, I'm actually sorry. I already mentioned the heat scaling for the force. The 6. The spread has been reduced from 5.7 meters down to 4.5 meters, and the heat scaling has gone from 3 to 4 tubes as well. So theoretically, I could do this. No ghost heat. No ghost heat. Basically, basically SRMs are really going to be the bane of a lot of people's existence at this point. So that's the majority of the changes for the Inner Sphere. So more accurate, not as much ghost heat on SRMs, LRMs, longer cooldown, and streaks are increased in speed, and SRMs are increased in speed. So now, when we switch over to our Timberwolf here, yeah, we'll just go with that one anyways. And we strip this puppy down. First thing we're going to do is we're actually going to swap out these omnipods and these torsos. Right torso, left torso. Right torso, we want something with 2 missiles. Perfect. And left torso, we want something with 2 missiles as well. Perfect. Okay. Hey. I said something with 2 missiles, damn it. Thank you. I don't think they have any missiles on any arms yet. No, they don't. Okay. I'm just picturing a massive LRM boat with like missiles on the arms and everything. So this is obviously your classic Timberwolf, right? Two missiles, two energy on either arm. So as I said before, LRM's been changed. Spread is been reduced, so they're more accurate. Cooldown's been increased, so they fire longer. Quirks, obviously, depending, obviously. But now we're going to get into the fun stuff with the clan missiles. So, first thing we're going to talk about is clan SRM 4s and 6s. So SRM 4s and SRM 6s. So, clan SRL and actually 2s. Sorry, that's my bad. So first thing, clan SRM 2s. Increase in speed, obviously, again, from 300 to 400. Clan streaks, I forgot to mention, their speed was increased, specifically, from 180 to 230, which is pretty good. Here we go, clan SRM 2. The spread has also been reduced from 5 meters to 3 meters, so they're not as accurate as Inner Sphere SRMs, but they also have the same ghost percent. They have the same ghost still. You can put a maximum of 6 on there before suffering from ghost heat. The force, up here right here, the spread has been reduced from 5.4 meters to 4, which is about half a meter more accurate than the Inner Sphere one. So they're more accurate, and they don't get affected by ghost heat as much. They go from 3 to 4, just like the Inner Sphere. And then the 6s, same deal. Spread is reduced from 5.9 meters to 5 meters. And same thing. You can put up to 4 now, without getting penalized with ghost heat. So at this current moment, you can put 4 SRM 6s on this Timberwolf right here, and you're laughing. Ghost heat wise, you are laughing. I don't have to worry about armor. We can go into a battle without armor if we wanted to. But yeah, so that's the main changes to missiles. So most of it's been the spread, so they're more accurate. Like I said, mostly the LRMs, their cooldown or their rate of fire has been reduced, so they fire less. Speed has been increased for streaks and SRMs. From 300 to 400 for SRMs. For streaks, it's 200 to 250. Its Inner Sphere's gone to 250, while Clan is now 230. Overall, you can now fire more SRMs with less ghost heat, which is pretty good. For the 2s on both sides, it's gone to 6. Then it's up to 4s for the 4s and 6s, which is pretty good. Not much changes when it comes to streaks, really. Just the speed. That's it, to be honest with you. They didn't really touch those. It's all about LRMs and SRMs, to be honest with you. Streaks are their own little pot of snakes. But anyway, so the next thing we're going to be talking about is lasers. Specifically, Clan. Clan lasers were the only lasers that were really modified, other than the medium pulse for Inner Sphere. So we're going to talk about clan lasers in the next episode with the Inner Sphere equivalent, and then after that, the next episode after that will be about equipment. So anyways, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time on the battlefield. Bye.